In this video, we will find out how to configure the Google Analytics in Confluence app for Confluence Server. Before you begin, you'll need the following: a Google Analytics account and a Google Cloud Platform account, likely the same as your Google Analytics account. After installing Google Analytics in Confluence on your Confluence Server instance, you'll see a Google Analytics menu at the top of the page. Select this and then select Configure from the Action menu. This displays the Google Analytics in Confluence configuration screen. Configuration is broken down into 4 steps. In step 1, we create and configure a new Google Cloud project. Click on the link to Google Cloud and log in if you've not already. Select Create Project from the Manage Resources screen and enter Atlassian Confluence as the project name. Select an organisation as required and click on the Create button. Your project will take a few seconds to be created, and when done, click on the Select Project. We now need to enable the Google Analytics API. From the API and Services menu, select Dashboard. Then select Enable APIs and Services. Search for Analytics and then select the Google Analytics Reporting API and click on the Enable button. In the Analytics Reporting API screen, select Credentials from the left-hand menu and click on the Configure Consent Screen button. On the OAuth consent screen, select the user type of Internal and click the Create button. This means that only people from your organisation will have access to Google Analytics from within Confluence. Next, add the app info using Atlassian Confluence as the app name and use your own support email. Add a suitable logo and add your own developer contact information, as this is the person who Google will contact if needed with details of any change to this service. Having successfully filled in the correct information, click the Save and Continue button. Click on Add or Remove Scopes and select the Analytics.ReadOnly scope for the Analytics Reporting API and the UserInfo.Profile scope. Scroll down and click the Update button. Scroll down once more and click the Save and Continue button. Select Credentials from the left-hand menu and click on the Create Credentials button and select OAuth Client ID from the drop-down. Select Web Application from the Application Type drop-down and add a suitable name, preferably without typos. Then click on the Add URI button in Authorized JavaScript Origins. In another browser window, jump back to Confluence and copy the Authorized JavaScript Origins from the configuration screen. This is normally the base URL of your Confluence instance. Paste the value from your clipboard and then click on the Add URI button in Authorized Redirect URIs. Jump back to Confluence and copy the Authorized Redirect URIs from the configuration screen. Paste the value from your clipboard and then click on the Create button. From the pop-up, copy the value of your client ID. Jump back to Confluence and paste the value from your clipboard into the Google Sign-In Client ID field in the configuration screen and click the Save button. This is the end of step 1. In step 2, we create and configure a new Google Analytics web property. Click on the link to Google Analytics and log in if you have not already. Select Admin from the left-hand menu, then Create Property from the Property section. At this point in time, Google Analytics 4 reporting is not ready for integration with external systems, so we need to create a universal analytics property instead. This will likely change in the near future. Click on the Show Advanced Options button and in Create a Universal Analytics Property, toggle the switch to enable the option. Add the Confluence website URL and select Create a Universal Analytics Property only. Don't forget to give your property a property name and select a reporting time zone before clicking on the Next button. Select a business size and check one of the options about how you intend to use Google Analytics, then click on the Create button. In step 3, we authorize with Google Analytics and select a website profile. In the Google Analytics in Confluence configuration screen, click on the G Sign-In button. A new window appears where you can sign into Google. Add your email address and log in, or select an account. And then on the next screen, click on the Allow button. The window closes and your Google Analytics details are populated into the drop-down menus in the Select a Website Profile section. Select the correct Google Analytics account Property and View from the drop-down, and click on the Save button. In step 4, we configure the custom dimensions. In the Custom Dimensions for this web property section, you can see whether the Google Analytics custom dimensions have been configured correctly, with some advice on what to change. If you see any red crosses, click on the Edit Custom Dimensions in Google Analytics button. Google Analytics opens up on the correct screen, and at this point we're arranging the web browser windows to be side by side so that we can copy and paste from one browser window to another. For each custom dimension displayed in Confluence on the left, copy the custom dimension name and add the new custom dimension to Google Analytics on the right. Ensure that you do this in the correct order and with the correct scope. Having added all the custom dimensions to Google Analytics, back in Confluence, click on the Reload Custom Dimensions button to check your work. If all the custom dimensions are now showing green check marks, congratulations, you have successfully concluded the configuration.